morning. It's about 7:20 a.m. in Santa Marta. We're about to head off to the Inca Trail. Got the backpacks. 4 days through the jungle to the lost city. How you feeling? Nervous? Why? So we got picked up really early, about 7 a.m. in the morning at our Hilton Hotel in Santa Marta. They took us to the head office. There, we gave them our passports, paid the remainder of the tour cost, rented some walking sticks for about 20 bucks, and started the 2-hour drive to the trailhead of Santa Marta. Driving through Santa Marta, kind of a sketchy city. Even at the Hilton, it was sketchy. But then we started driving through the jungles and the forests, and we finally got to this little town. Now, we had a 10-minute stop where they put a wristband on us. We got to keep that on us the entire time we're doing the trek. Use a washroom, get a couple snacks, and then it's another 90 minutes to the trailhead, and this is on some very precarious terrain. Felt like we were going to fall off this mountain here, but it was quite an adventure, and we really realized that, yes, we were going into the middle of the jungle to do this crazy 60-kilometer trek. About 90 minutes after, got to the first town, had a little food, relaxed, enjoyed the scenery and what we had in store, and then we started the hike. Crazy. So here we have our guide and our translator, Enrique. Our guide is the person to the left. Our translator, Enrique, is the guide to the right. So it was kind of a different setup. We had our guide, but he only spoke Spanish. The translator would translate everything the guide said to us, an entire English-speaking group. Canadian couple, Danielle and I, a couple from the UK, a couple from Australia, and a family from Germany. But because we couldn't really talk to our guide, we kind of saw Enrique as our guide, right? We'd be asking him the questions, we'd be communicating with him. And although the guide seemed like a really, really nice dude, and he seemed very, very passionate about his culture, just because of that language barrier, we didn't communicate with him as much as we did Enrique. A lot of the time the guide would be doing other things on the trail, and Enrique would be the only one there to ask questions. So we relied on Enrique a lot on this 4-day trek. But again, the guide, super nice dude.
Your face, can I see your face? It's like burnt red. Been hiking half an hour. Pit stop.
So Danielle and I were really surprised at the amount of food and water available on the hike. Every 1.5 to 2 kilometers there'd be a rest stop, and there'd be people selling water and Gatorade and chips and cookies and other types of snacks. And they ranged anywhere from about 5,000 Colombian pesos to 10,000 Colombian pesos, which is about $2 to $3. So while Danielle and I packed lots of water and lots of snacks, every few rest stops, I'd buy a bottle of water and just chug the entire thing. For $2 on a really hot day, why not? We'd fill up on snacks. It was a surprise. It was a nice surprise, though.
A lot of uphill. We've got lots of breaks. We had 2 break stops this day so far, and looks like we might have another one on top as well. Pardon? It's needed. It's hot. It's very steep, but yeah, lots of time to rest. Pants should be light blue. Oh, drenched. Sure, it's drenched. stops. Every 20 minutes is the rest stop. There's fourth one. Oh, I do. Fourth one right up here, and really important to take your time and make sure you bring lots of water because you need it.
I cannot excuse me. I cannot reiterate how hot the hike was and how disgusting you will feel. You read about it online, right? We read about it online too, but to actually experience it was something else entirely. It was 40 degrees with the humidity every single day. And the first day you can see the trek, the conditions don't look too bad. You're walking on a road for the majority of it. But starting day 2, when you actually get into the jungle, it's mud, it's rock, it's rain, it's mud mixed with like mule poop. It's disgusting, and the heat, it does not help. It is nasty. Our translator Enrique was a really cool dude. He originally is from Venezuela. The guy reminded me of Michael Myers because he would never break pace. Always walk the same pace. It was crazy how in shape the guy was.
Not good. I am covered head to toe in sweat.
So this viewpoint right here is where the conditions and the views of the hike change dramatically. The first half of day 1 is spent hiking on a road. So you're hiking with motorcycles, you're hiking past little villages. There's still villages after this viewpoint. It's just you're tucked deep into the jungle. There's no more motorcycles, no more vehicles. You are walking through mud and rock and gorgeous terrain.
Whoa. Okay, quick. Wobbly, huh?
I can't say how much of a beast Enrique was. This guy's 70 years old and he is leading the pack the entire time. The guy is a professional. The conditions, like I said, you're now walking through mud, and there's a lot of mules on this hike, so a lot of that mud is mixed with mule poop. You can imagine the smell gets pretty intense. Don't let that deter you from doing the hike. The hike, I mean, that's just part of the experience, right? It's an experience of a lifetime. The challenges are what make the hike a great experience as well. Who wants to do an easy hike? You're going to Colombia in the middle of the jungle to challenge yourself, and a challenge it was. Such an amazing experience, and Enrique was a really cool dude to lead the hike.
So the first few hours of the trail, a lot of motorcycles, and it's because we were on a road. Now we're on, for a while, we've been on the actual trail. That comes a lot of mud, a lot of uphill, although I'd say it's now more in moderation as the days progress, but as the days also progressed, it got a lot sweatier, and you can start to smell the people around you and yourself, and you just kind of have to embrace it. You can feel just this sobbing wetness of sweat, and nothing you can do about it. Keep walking.
So we made it to our camp at around 4 p.m. And I mean, this isn't the Ritz, but it is pretty nice for being in the middle of the jungle. They have internet you can buy for 5,000 Colombian pesos. They have outlets you can charge your stuff. They've got food you can buy, snacks you can buy, drinks you can buy. And they also provide free dinner, obviously. Fish and veggies we ate with our entire Teyuna group. The place was really nice. And we did the Inca Trail in Machu Picchu, where we slept in a tent and ate dinner in a tent. Again, this isn't the Ritz. Don't expect anything too fancy, but pretty nice setup for the middle of the jungle.
It's only 6:45 in the morning, and it's already sweating like a madman.
Right, so this isn't the Ritz. 5 a.m., it doesn't matter how tired you are, you're woken up. 6 a.m. on the dot, you're leaving. Enrique just left at 6 a.m. We're all like, where'd he go? I think Georgia was like, he's all the way over there. Girl from Australia. So we like ran after him. This guy don't wait for anybody. We got to be on our tippy tiptoes, right? But anyways, day 2, we're feeling nasty, but Danielle and I, my wife and I, are not feeling as nasty as everyone else. I want to let you in on a little secret, okay? This is how to not feel too disgusting. You're gonna pack 5 pairs of clothes, 4 pairs of hiking, 1 pair of relaxing. Day 1, you wear your 1 pair of hiking clothes. When you get to camp, you have a shower, put on relaxing pair of clothes. Day 2, you put on day 2 of hiking clothes. And when you get to camp for day 2, you have a shower and put on the same relaxing clothes. And then you do that system for day 3 and day 4. So every day you're hiking, you're wearing a new change of clothes. That seems like common sense, but a lot of people just wore the same pair of hiking clothes every single day. So they'd wear 1 pair of hiking clothes, get to camp, have a shower, put on their relaxing clothes, but then put on the same sweaty pair of hiking clothes the next day. That was even more wet than the day prior because the condensation and humidity in the jungle made it 2 times as wet. Apparently, this is what it says to do online. Just pack 2 pair of clothes. Trust me, pack 5 pairs of clothes. Shove it all the way down in your backpack. It might be a little heavier, but you're not going to feel near as disgusting.
Totally filled with natural elements. You never see even like the joints wide, still wide. They never use bones or nails for the joints.
Alright, here we are at Camp Weewa. Got some orange shorts because I got my bathing suits in Santa Marta. On our way to the river. It's about 9:30 a.m. It's hot. It's already done like what, 3 hours of hiking? Yeah, and excited to go in, huh?
That was nice. The last little bit was mostly downhill.
Last little bit was downhill, but hurt your toes, and we still have a lot of hiking to do, but we're here for 2 hours.
This was a much needed break on day 2. We'd only been hiking for a few hours, but day 2, remember, is the hardest day of the hike. So stopped at Camp Weewa, 10-minute walk down to the river, and we swam for a bit. But do not drink 1 drop. Enrique said, don't drink 1 drop or you will get diarrhea. So be very cognizant of that when you're swimming in the river. Yeah, I like swimming, but it's very cold water, very strong current. So if you're not a swimmer, maybe just, hang out on the shoreline. I don't know. But we had some lunch, then continued the hike.
After that, she sends the boys to live with the father there and to learn how to walk on the fields, how to hunt, how to fish, everything. The girls stay with the mother. This is a tradition of the Colombians. And when they have 2 other houses in other place on the mountain. And when the agriculture products here, for example, are over, they go to the other house. And they return again to the original one.
So from this point, we entered the indigenous area of the jungle. This is where indigenous people of Colombia live. So we saw a lot of huts and a lot of indigenous people in traditional clothing for the remainder of the hike.
This village, Indian village, is Mutangi. Mutangi. This village is only for meetings, for to perform ceremonies, not for to live here permanently. Every family has its own houses over there on the hills, all around the place. You know that they are semi-nomad. That every family has four houses. In one group is one house is for the woman and the other is for the man. In the other group, the same. One house for the, but they are separate. The other houses are separate. When the agricultural products in one place are over, they go to the other place.
So I gotta say, if you decide to book the Lost City Trek with Teyuna Tours, recommend or ask for Enrique to be your translator. The guy's a beast. He also learned fluent English when he worked on a horse farm in Daytona Beach, Florida. The guy's a beast. He's a professional, a little older and set in his ways, but he's highly recommended. Really good dude.
How do you even comprehend this? How? Stunning. How you doing, Danielle? Huh? You making? Doing good? Doing good? It's hot. Let's see. The heat. Like a coat of paint. Coat of sweat. Sweat, sweat.
And at about 1 p.m., you are going to start the hardest part of the hike by far. It is called happy hour. It is 1 hour up, straight incline, straight sun. It is dead heat, so hot you can barely stand it, and nobody is going to help you. There are no rests, there are no breaks. It is an hour up, and that's it. You have 1 hour to do it. It was beyond brutal. Beyond brutal. I actually ditched my wife because I just had to keep going. She was going too slow, and if I go too slow, I start to hurt. I had to just go. I had to get it over and done with. It was so brutal.
This uphill climb, it's just me. In the jungle. Just us. And the sweat. The sweat. I don't know what else to say. Don't know what else to say. There it is. That's the end of happy hour.
And I cannot reiterate how grueling happy hour is. I'll never look at happy hour the same. But I made it up in about 54 minutes. Danielle made it up in about 70. But let me just state, don't do this hike if you don't like the heat. The heat will feel like nothing compared to the heat you're feeling at happy hour. Do not do this hike if you don't do well with the heat. I will say it over and over again. Doesn't matter if it looks easy on this video. I thought the same thing before I started the hike. Any video, any blog does not do it justice how hot the hike is. I like the heat, so I did okay. Danielle likes the heat, so she did okay. If you don't like the heat, if you don't do well with the heat, don't do the hike. So it was another 3 hours to camp, and while the trail was a mix of up and down, definitely the easier part of day 2, the rain started. Make sure you have a cover to cover your backpack. We didn't have rain jackets. I mean, maybe we should have planned that a little better. We just didn't have enough room in our bag to bring it, right? 3 hours in the rain. It got torrential at points. It was an adventure. So, although there's only about 12 people in our tour group, there are other tours doing this hike, and they're all kind of with us along the hiking trail, at lunch camps, and at dinner camps, and at our sleeping camps. There's about maybe 80 of us total. So when we all got there, we all had to wait in line to use a shower before we could even use the bedding. So we were sitting there for about an hour before we were able to use a shower, before we were able to change out of our nasty clothes and get into our nice bedding. That sucked, but we fell asleep very, very, very early. Look at these cute little kittens. How adorable are they, just hanging out at camp? And we got an early sleep because the next day we woke up at 4 in the morning. Enrique wanted us to fall asleep or wake up at 4 so we could leave at 5 so we'd be an hour ahead of everyone else. Everyone else left the morning of day 3 at 6 a.m. We left at 5 a.m. because we wanted to be the first ones at the lost city. Now to get to the lost city, this is about 5:30 in the morning. We had to go up 1,000 tiny little stone steps that were slippery as heck because it had torrential rain the night before. Take your time with this, don't rush it, but man, what a grueling little tiny step, 1,000 step trek to the base of the lost city.
Guy, yeah. Hiding in the city.
And then we made it to the lost city. Now, I know what you're thinking. That doesn't look like the photos of the lost city I see of that aerial shot. The lost city is over 3 kilometers in length. So we were actually here for about 3 hours traversing the entire site of the lost city. Danielle and I were pleasantly surprised at how big and vast the area was. Bad thing is the bugs. You can see Georgia, the girl on the right, doing the mosquito bug dance. The mosquitoes were not too bad on the actual trail. They are out of control for some reason at the lost city site. It's crazy, so make sure you pack up on bug spray. This dog in the middle is a cool dude. He did 75% of the trail with us. He joined us day 2, went to the lost city site with us, came back all the way to day 4 with us. That dog's a boss.
On that way to Santa Marta or to para La Guajira, Rio Hacha, to all those places, they can overnight there.
And dude, that's basically the lost city. The rest of day 3 and day 4, I decided to put away my GoPro and enjoy the rest of the hike from the lens of my own eyes, right? And I mean, it's the same hike, it's a point to point, but I thought it was actually kind of cool to go back the same way we came from because it was a way to reflect on what we had passed the first time, right? Very reflective. So, end of day 4, we arrived at the camp we started at about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We had a nice lunch, had a couple drinks, we celebrated, we had finally finished, and we started the 2-hour, 2.5, 3-hour drive back to Santa Marta. We made a lot of nice friends. Dan and Nancy from the UK on the middle of a 10-month trip around the world. Georgia and Sam from Australia finishing their 5-month trip in South America. The German family we met, the guides, the translator. It was really sad to say goodbye to everyone.
So some final thoughts before we end this video. Do you have any final thoughts? The hike was hard and sweaty. So you are going to sweat more than you've sweat in your entire life unless you live in an area like the Sierra Nevadas where the Lost City takes place. It is hard and it is sweaty. The humidity and the heat and the sweat makes the hike hard, but the hike is hard regardless.
And then it rains and the hike gets muddy and then you get rainy, sweaty, and muddy.
Yeah, there's rain, there's sweat, there's mud. And if you're looking at, and I think another thought is it's very different than the Inca Trail. Like we went into it, our only multi-day trek being the Inca Trail. I'd say day 2 of the Inca Trail is still harder because you're going 2 hours up, 2 hours down, 4 hours up, 2 hours down on just steps. But the hike as a whole, if you're looking between the Inca and Lost City, it's Lost City because you're walking more. It feels like you wake up at 5 a.m. every day, start at 6, and you walk and you walk and you walk. And although you take breaks, it feels like you just don't stop. Inca Trail, day 2 is tough, but the other days felt like more rest breaks, the days weren't as long, and it wasn't as hot, which really affects your energy level. Maybe a hot take, but the bugs, I didn't find the bugs to be huge. Go ahead.
Well, like what do you
This is a dual video, you share your opinion. We're doing this together.
I got tons of bug bites. Like tons. But it was not the first day, it was what, the second day?
Was it more when we were up in the Lost City, or?
It was like the day before and the Lost City.
Okay. So for me, I didn't feel like I had any bugs until the Lost City, tons of bugs. Besides that, I wasn't really impacted horrifically, but we ran into a Dutch couple when we did a dancing class in Cartagena, and they said the bugs were atrocious the entire time. So I think it really depends. I'd say just bring bug spray regardless.
And the cream stuff seems to really work that the other people have.
Yeah, there's this in Colombia, a UK couple we met. They had a spray, but it turned into a cream, kind of like sunscreen. And they bought it in Colombia. They hadn't heard of it before either in the UK or anywhere else. So I'd suggest buying some of that. I forget the name, but it helped. I think another thing was I was surprised about all the shops, right? So every website you read, it's like you got to bring enough water to hike the whole day. Literally, the first day we passed 4 shops in like what, the first hour and a half.
Full of like electrolytes and they
Yeah.
had water and Gatorade.
Coke, beer. At every camp, they have shops as well where you can buy Coke, beer, water, snacks. I forgot
here in Santa Marta, the Hilton here, and I bought a bathing suit at the Weewaa camp for 20,000 Colombian pesos. Might have been 30,000 Colombian pesos. Bottles of water at the shops are about 10,000, same as the Cokes. Internet is available at every camp. It's pretty good internet. It's 5,000 Colombian pesos. So if you want to pack less, maybe I would say, you know, take it with a grain of salt, right? This is just your own personal opinion. But I felt, even though I had a 2 liter, I probably would have been fine with a 1 liter, and then I'd just buy a bottle of water and chug it at every stop, right? I'm surprised how many stops there were. And the internet is nice as well. Outlets as well, you can plug your stuff in. There's no need to bring battery packs.
I liked having a battery pack because the outlets were public.
Yeah.
So then I could like charge my phone at night by myself with my battery pack.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, you can't charge at night unless you want to leave your stuff out in on a table in the lobby or whatever. I call it. It's not really a lobby. Dining room.
Yeah.
It's not even a room. Dining center, I guess. What else? A lot of videos I watched. There was a sort of like pulley system to take you across the river. You got into a little pulley on top, and it wheeled you through the air over the river. That doesn't exist anymore. They must have built a bridge. So bridges are sketchy, very sketchy. But yeah, that pulley system isn't there anymore. So if you're looking for that, if you've watched in other videos, it no longer exists. What else? I think the biggest one is a lot of the Lost City videos we watched didn't really not go into detail about the landscape, right? I mean, you watch these 10-minute Lost Videos hikes and they don't really seem too long. The trails are very diverse. You're walking first through roads with the motorcycles, the trucks, and then you're going through like muddy trails, and eventually you're in the rainforest, and then you're going up the 1,200 steps to the Lost City. It's a very diverse trail. And another thing I don't think a lot of videos really captured was how big the Lost City site really is. You're going to spend 3 hours there. It's huge. It's 2 kilometers in length. So 1,200 steps to climb up to the beginning of the Lost City. From there, you're at the Lost City for 3 hours. It is 2 kilometers in length. So you're still doing a lot of walking through the Lost City. Compared to Machu Picchu, it felt enormous. Enormous. The place is massive. And I think that was our biggest takeaway from that. Anything else that we could think of? Right? Pack lots of sunscreen, bug spray. If you have a question, feel free to like put a comment down below. I hope you watched the whole video. Right now it's the what's the date today? It's the 23rd of August. I'm not sure when I'll post this. Hopefully within the next month. We're still in Colombia, flying back on Sunday. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hey, remember, feel free to subscribe. Remember to subscribe to Tappy Tap. Tell your friends and family to subscribe also. And have a great rest of your day. Tell them.
Good day.
Tell them again. What? Tell them.
Good day.
Yeah, say it louder.
I did.
Loud as you can. One last thing. Your shoes. They're worthless by the time you're done the Lost City trek. Your shoes, they're worthless once you're done the Lost City trek. Muddy, disgusting, stinky. See you later.